Hallo, hallöchen Leute, willkommen wieder zurück zu Genshin Impact. Wir sind hier wieder unterwegs und wollen uns den Tatort nochmal anschauen. In der Hoffnung, dass wir hier was finden, was wir übersehen haben könnten. Oh, was ist hier
I
los?
understand the situation more or less. Much has happened, I see. Either way, I suppose we were lucky not to receive a warm welcome on the way over here. It seems my fellow Lightkeepers do not wish to make this case public just yet.
Yeah. Guess Nasha Town's already been enough of a mess lately.
Let's stop here. Any further in the Ratniki, since you two can enter, I'll have to request that you kindly pick me up once.
Oh? And how are we supposed to do that?
You'll know when the time comes. See you later.
Still acting all mysterious. But he seemed pretty confident, so... Hello?
Ah, you're the special assistants for this investigation, right?
Yep, that's us.
Entschuldigung, ich weiß, es ist ein bisschen spät, aber es gibt ein paar Dinge, die wir uns gerne ansehen würden.
Well, you're just in time. We're basically done investigating the crime scene. All that's left is to finish writing up some records. Then, if there's anything else you'd like to look into, this is your last chance to do so.
Habt ihr etwas Neues gefunden?
Sadly, no. The motive behind the killing remains a mystery. And while we somehow managed to get news of Flins, but considering that Nefer from the Curatorium of Secrets came forward to help investigate, I have no doubt that a breakthrough's not far off.
Sie ist jetzt geschickt ausgezeichnete Arbeit.
We'll do our part too. All right, we're going in. See you.
Oh, da waren wir, glaube ich, noch gar nicht drin, oder?
Phew, we're in. Thanks to Nefer's reputation, but we still know nothing about how Flins is gonna enter, or how we'll pick him up. Never mind how we'll leave later on. Something the matter?
Da ist ein seltsames Licht am Fenster.
Huh. That looks like Flins' lantern. But where is he exactly? Well, we've got the lantern. What now?
Jetzt kommt er aus der Flasche raus.
Oh, Paimon almost screamed out loud. You never said you could do magic like that.
Das ist doch mal eine nette Tarnung.
This lantern may have a rather peculiar shape, but so long as it doesn't glow, it won't stand out in the dark. I calculated that you would have already entered, so I chose a spot visible from the window before using light to send you as I thought. You're both sharp-eyed and on the ball.
The perks of being veteran adventurers, huh?
Das ist nicht etwas, das allein durch die Kraft der Elemente erreicht werden kann.
Your composure is more impressive still. You're right. That required a little trick of my own. But let us leave such trivial topics for a more relaxed moment. Our time is limited after all. Just as I thought. Come, try sensing it yourself.
Es ist sehr schwer zu erkennen, aber in der Nähe der Wunde befindet sich eine Listenergie, die mit der Kraft des Abgrunds identisch ist, die aus Flins Laterne strömt.
Identical powers must flow from the same source. It was the Wild Hunt, then, that took my form and killed the Sergeant Major.
To sow chaos by depriving the Lightkeepers of one of their commanders?
If the Wild Hunt's true form is powerful enough to stand against the world as you claim, I fear not even the full force of Lightkeepers could stand against him. Let alone the handful of us stationed, he would have no reason whatsoever to pick quarrels with individual ants. Let's look again more closely. We must leave no stone unturned.
sollte keine Notwendigkeit mehr bestehen, den Tatort zu belassen, wie es ist.
Well, that makes things simpler. In that case, allow me to disturb the fallen.
Trotz einer sehr gründlichen Suche ergeben sich nur wenige neue.
When we fought, he seemed like quite a reckless foe. Certainly not the meticulous mastermind type.
Oh, if we can't get any leads, we might have to go back and find Nefer. Oh, the longer we're stuck here, the likelier he is to achieve his goal. Ugh, this is so frustrating.
Das ist alles, haben wir es wirklich jeden Winkel ausprobiert, jeden Hinweis gefunden. Setz doch mal deine Abgrundtechnik ein. Schau dir das an. Schau dir das Licht an seinem Arm an.
You mean this?
I'm not well versed in machinery, but that means his mechanical arm is malfunctioning, right? It might have been broken in combat.
No, that's not right. Paimon remembers this signal. We saw it before while repairing. It doesn't mean that the components are damaged. It just means that they're due for regular maintenance. So the device has stopped operating. But the real problem is that...
Als wir die Kanone repariert haben, hat sein Arm nochmal funktioniert.
Yeah, he even helped us find the maintenance port. It could still be a coincidence, but considering it hasn't been long at all since we...
The Sosi you met could have been Rerir in disguise. In other words, he played the Sergeant Major.
That's right! If only there were some way to prove it.
Wenn es etwas gibt, das gewartet werden muss, will man das Reparaturdienst in Nod-Krai.
You mean Hintsa?
We had a short chat with him once at the tavern, but it's so late. Guess it'll have to wait till tomorrow.
I know where he lives. The situation is critical, so let us now take up the role of uninvited guests ourselves. Ah, yes. And one more thing. Remember to pick me up by the window.
Lasst den Raum ohne Probleme und macht euch auf den Weg. Na gut, dann machen wir uns halt auf den Weg. Oh, hier ist wieder so ein Ding. Und das berühren? Ach ja, das haben wir ja schon mal berührt. Nee, wir folgen dir nicht, Kleiner. Dafür Weg führt nach unten, leider. Sind wir rein.
Oh, it's you two. And Flins. Given the hour, I guess it must be...
It is indeed. Our sincerest apologies for interrupting. We are investigating a certain matter in connection with Sergeant Major Sosi. We'd like to know if he has sent you a request.
Sosi. Oh, so the rumors I heard. You know what? Forget it. I'm sure it's complicated. No further questions from me. Just a moment.
Thank you for your understanding.
Got it. 8 days ago, he came to request a round of regular maintenance. But as it happened, his mechanical arm is especially sophisticated, having been designed by Aino personally. The parts, too. As such, they usually take several days to arrive. In fact, this time, and I understood, completely. Not being able to use your hand, that's rough for anyone. But even more so if your job involves fighting out in the wild. And eventually, the parts arrived. 3 days ago, if I remember correctly. I sent word to the Lightkeepers immediately, but he never showed up. I assumed he was just out on some... what's with those faces?
You've provided us with some very crucial information, Hintsa. We can't make everything public yet, but once our investigation is complete, I will return to thank you and provide an explanation on behalf of...
No worries. Just glad I could help.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night. Hope the investigation goes well.
It seems that it is as we guessed. The Sergeant Major Sosi you encountered while repairing the cannon, 8 days ago, he had yet to act. but at some point after that, he attacked and with the immense gap in strength between them, the job was finished in a single blow. And thus Rerir had no opportunity. Perhaps his mastery of shapeshifting extends only to outward form, and not therefore to complex internal mechanisms. Hence his oversight of the uniquely mechanical traits of the Sergeant Major's arm.
You're saying he thought no one would realize his mechanical arm is actually made of some kind of black muck on the inside? Still seems like there's a lot of guesswork involved here, but it mostly makes sense.
Das bedeutet, dass die einzige Sache, die als Susi getan hat, war, die Kanone abzufeuern.
This also has me stumped for the moment. The cannon has always been used to destroy the Wild Hunt, and it works as intended. But how would that help Rerir exactly? Assuming he plans to collect the fragments within Wild Hunt anomalies, firing the cannon works against him, since it would blast.
So we solved one mystery, only to dig up another.
So ist das manchmal.
Whew. This is getting Paimon kind of down. And sleepy too.
Wir haben wahrscheinlich schon zu lange intensiv untersucht.
Yes, I'd say it is high time we took a break. Seems like there's a lot left to invent. We'll have to fight Rerir eventually. And we'll do a poor job if we're not well rested.
Oh nee, das stimmt.
Yeah, we should totally get some sleep first.
Wirst du in Nod-Krai übernachten? Dein Zuhause ist ziemlich weit
A
weg.
reasonable suggestion. I have no doubt that my quarters have been turned inside out by now. My colleagues have never failed to live up to my expectations of their discourtesy.
Ja, der Arme.
Well, guess we'll just have to pick you up as usual.
That would be good, yes. Feel free to put the room costs on my tab.
Na gut, dann werden wir wohl jetzt schlafen gehen müssen, oder? Oh.
Phew, back inside. We can finally take a breather.
I suppose we could all take a moment to unwind. As I recall, our first meeting took place not far from here.
Bisschen früh, um jetzt von Nostalgie. Bisschen früh, um jetzt von Nostalgie zu
Had you
sprechen.
already sensed the unique power within my lantern at that time?
Jetzt habe ich dich gebeten, sie mir zu
I
geben.
see. Words truly do fail to capture your superlative insight. Fortunate then that abyssal energy was only leaking from the fragment in minuscule amounts when we first met. Or I might have been in for a real interrogation.
Yeah, hard to say how that would have played out. We've had a whole bunch of unpleasant run-ins with the Abyss.
Riri scheint sehr auf dich fixiert zu sein. Und du auf ihn.
You mean to ask why I'm going this far to oppose him? Well, as a lightkeeper, I'd say I'm simply doing my job.
Komm schon, spiel keine Spielchen mit mir.
Yeah, you're covered in more mysteries than Paimon could shake a skewer at. You can't just get out of explaining yourself by making lame excuses.
All right. I suppose I do owe you some honesty. Whether out of your deductions have been quite correct. Should one wish to conceal oneself within a lantern, you know humans well. And naturally, but some things that humans would consider difficult are quite normal.
So, you mean...
Have you heard of how Snezhnaya was once the realm of the Fae? This race is no longer of any importance. But they still exist.
Ist eine Fee?
We've heard some scattered legends, but that's all Paimon thought there was to it.
I once turned my heart toward humanity, and thus did I experience loss. When you realize you are floating in the middle of a vast ocean, you cannot help but feel that swimming in any direction would it not be better then to simply sink? But before I could sink to truly lightless depths, Chance had it that I should be awakened by a band of Ratniki. They were facing a horde of abyssal monsters, and could not last against such a disparity in strength. Yet none fled. Those who dwell in darkness for long enough become exceedingly sensitive to all light. And the first light I saw upon awakening was that which...
Is that why you chose to help them?
Perhaps I was moved by their valor. Perhaps I simply saw my past self in them. But I was freshly awoken, and my powers were limited. I could not prevent casualties altogether. The survivors and I buried the fallen heroes. That was the origin of the final night cemetery.
Und deshalb hast du dich entschieden, Lichthüter zu werden.
Well, not exactly. I was just more familiar with them. So joining up seemed...
Doesn't sound too believable.
Well, I believe it. Besides, I'm well nonetheless. There are still some things I will not allow to happen. The chaos that... Tomorrow I shall go and check our records to see if I can find any connection between the Wild Hunt, Rereer...
Will you need us to get you where you need to be?
Oh, I'll be fine. I keep a backup copy at my residence in...
Can you even go back there right now? Won't there be Ratniki watching it?
Thanks for the reminder. I believe they'll have checked my place, but they won't have stayed. All things are ranked according to their priority, and we lack the manpower, and even if someone is waiting, I have ways around that.
All right then, we'll trust you. We sure ended up chatting for a while, huh? I'm super tired now. But, you know...
I didn't take you for the cautious. Anyway, I hope you'll help me keep this a secret. I'd prefer others not to know about my past unless strictly necessary. Nor do I want to attract more trouble on account of being a fae.
Mach dir keine Sorgen.
Paimon's lips are sealed too.
All right. Thanks again for your help.
Finally, we can rest. Let's go get some sleep. There's tons to do tomorrow.
Oh ja. Oh, ich habe sogar alles schon erledigt für heute. Krass. Das ist gut. Na gut, gehen wir erstmal schlafen. Und dann gucken, was der nächste Tag uns bringt. Ich muss sagen, Akt 1 hat mir noch ganz gut gefallen, aber Akt 2 zieht sich jetzt so ein bisschen in die Länge, muss ich sagen.
So much noise. What's going on this time?
Wir werden es erfahren.
Hey! Where's Flins? Is he here, or isn't he?
We would be most obliged if you would pipe down a little, dear guest. Our other guests are resting.
Resting? We're all about to be done for, and you're talking about Flins is a wild hunt shapeshifter, here to deceive us all! If we don't get rid of him now...
You'd better give him up. If anything happens, your business here is done for.
Or are you in cahoots with him? You would...
What happened? Did something leak? But we were so careful last night. How did anyone see us?
Da ist etwas faul an der Sache. Ich bezweifle, dass das an etwas liegt, das wir getan haben.
What do you mean?
Sie wissen eindeutig etwas. Warum sonst sollten sie von einem Gestaltwandler der wilden Jagd sprechen?
This is so confusing! What do we do? These people are... It's not like all the unusual stuff about him will make it any easier to explain either.
Lass uns etwas Zeit gewinnen.
Okay,
Hey! Let us in!
My apologies.
hold on. Calm down, everyone.
What in Tevat is the meaning of this racket? Are you intent on depriving both the Voynich Guild and the Boss, do we really have to entertain people who don't respect the rules? Call a few of your boys.
And what hole did you crawl out of?
A watering hole, of course. The one you've just disturbed. A place to get a moment's respite from all the recent unhappiness. And who'd have guessed people like you would come bursting in, shrieking louder than any ghoul?
This is a matter of utmost importance. We've got solid evidence. All we need now... Exactly. And you sure don't look like an impartial party either, Nefer.
Oh, don't I now? How about this then, boss?
let them do their search. But if they don't, then they owe everyone here an apology, as well as compensation for all the racket they...
Wait, it's...
All right. I suppose that's the only way. If we don't let them in now, they'll be back sooner or later.
Oh, alright then.
Well, I'd say that sounds like an impartial proposal. What say you? Or are you suddenly unsure of your...
Come on, everyone! Move it!
No sign of Flint's.
But how can that be? Hasn't he always...
Done searching, are we? Guess it's time to uphold your end of the bargain, huh?
Aua. Nachdem liefert die Gruppe eine Ausrückaktion.
So, Paimon, you've been waiting to ask me something, haven't you?
Yeah, how did they even find...
My inside man with the Lightkeepers informed me that you paid the crime scene a late-night visit. I surmise that you must have rendezvoused with Flins and obtained some new information. Then, early this morning, a group of people gathered at the town gates, news spreading amongst them that the Wild Hunt could disguise itself by taking on... Everyone started throwing out the names of possible suspects. No one, seemingly, was exempt. And amidst it all, Flints's name started gaining more and more traction. I'm sure his solitary lifestyle may have played a part, but I wouldn't discount Rerir throwing fuel on...
So, did Flint's make his...
And that's where I, Yehoda, the quick-witted, fleet-footed backbone of the Curatorium, got my chance to shine.
Oh, da freue ich mich, dass sie wieder mit dabei ist.
While everyone was super focused on the argument in the main hall, I alone noticed an opening.
I got her to climb up to a window to help Flint's out, only for her to return with nothing but a lantern.
Oh, das ist die
Aw,
richtige.
come on, pause. I was just getting started.
We initially intended to bring Flint's back to the Curatorium and wait those people out, but I never expected this to be all that was left.
Oh.
I imagine, though, that he wouldn't have left something that was so seemingly important to him.
Might he intend to come back and get it later? Maybe. I'm not sure.
Well, he's out of harm's way now, so that's super...
Oh?
What Paimon means to say is, we've got lots of new intel.
All right, then. Yehoda, contact the others. Let's have this discussion over at my...
Ja gut. Wir werden dann dem nächsten Part dorthin gehen. Ich dachte dann hier für jetzt. Bis dann und ciao. Wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal. Tschüss.